Good morning, everybody. I'm Kavita from MyTripKarma, and we are here to change your online travel experience. So as you know, online travel today, there are so many things, so many options available to plan your travel. You use these different tools to collaborate, chat, you use different OTA to compare pricing, you visit this different website to search for local contents. So at some point of time, this becomes very time consuming, frustrating and chaotic, and probably you just want to stop doing it. Wouldn't it be amazing if you could do everything on one single app? And that's where I introduce you to MyTripKarma, the all-in-one app. You can do everything with MyTripKarma. Like you can compare pricing using our inbuilt meta search across the different OTAs. You can add local contents. You can invite and share the trips with your friends. And of course, you can chat the options with your friends on the same app. Now, usually today if you want to plan your travel, what would you do? You'll just go to TripAdvisor, find the best options. You chat with a friend, ask for opinion, and you do a lot of things on a different spaces. But how it's easy and simplifying by MyTripKarma, that I'll explain you by this simple example. So that's me and my husband. We want to go to Turkey with our friends across the globe. So I'll just start creating a trip. I put in the destination. I start adding the item. I can add hotels, flights, whatever I want to, what we usually plan during the trip. I can compare the pricing, and I can add the best priced room in my plan with the live content. And my plan is ready. So you can see I have hotels, flights, everything added. Now, once my plan is ready, next step is I want to invite my friends to have a look at it and join me in the trip. So I'll just I can send them the trip link via these modes. They get a link, they click on it, and they instantly become part of MyTripKarma. So now they can also do exactly all the same actions that I was able to do. Add the hotels, discuss, drop the items. Usually what we do, while we are planning together. So when there's planning is there, the costing is the main concern. So I've also taken care of that part. So I can have a 3-star budget or 5-star budget and save it there because I'm just planning 2 months in advance. So I'll just keep it there. Probably I'll just keep looking at the pricing and book the best budget that I get. Now, one of the most interesting thing is the fire icon you see here. So while I'm planning, I have 5 different hotels there in my plan. So at that time, MyTripKarma connects with me to all the hotels or the restaurants, whatever are there in my plan, and send them intimation that these 4 people are looking forward to come there. They have not yet planned, they have not yet booked, but they may come there. So in that case, the hotel gives them the best deals. So that way we are enabling the reverse action. So instead of me going to the hotel and sending the inquiry, in this case, all the hotels are offering the user, and user has the luxury to select the best option from there. So that way I'll just select the best price or best deal that I get. And of course, so everybody can have their different budgets. So somebody is flying from US, so their budget is different. I'm flying from India, so my budget is different. But all our budgets and planning, everything goes into one itinerary as soon as you book it. So in a group, we all are all together in the one common itinerary because we are traveling together. Now, usually every app stops here, booking done, just go. But instead of that, we give a great in-trip experiences because it's there with you on your app. So while you're traveling, you can, search the local content. You can probably even change your hotel if you don't like it. And the most interesting thing is that you can take pictures centrally. So later, I don't have to tell you that I took that picture at beach. Just send me that and your friend never share with you, So everything actually stays centrally. Best thing is once you have traveled, you can always share your plan with your friends later on, because somebody calls up and say, hey, you went to Turkey. What did you do? Where did you go? So instead of going into that hassle of finding, I just said that link. They copy that link and even they can travel and use the trip again. And probably after 30 years, I'll share the same trip with my grandkids. Okay. So you can see that I started with 3 people, then I invited other people, and that's how we go viral. And wait, this is not the end. We still give a great experience to user and keep them more engaging in the app is by giving them the evening out planning. So they can plan their movies, theaters, chat there, So instead of going to WhatsApp and doing unstructured discussions, you do everything here without ever losing a piece of information. Sorry. Now, the most interesting thing is that right now we are in beta. We just started trying it last year, and we thought that let's see how it's going. So suddenly we have a users from 40 countries without any marketing or big thing that we have done. And why we are able to do this? Because that's Kavita and Saurav, we both have been working together for 10 years in online travel technology. We have a great tech team. He's leading by Apurva. The interesting thing about MyTripKarma is we have a great technology backing us up with e-commerce ready technology. You can see the market is huge. We have $492 billion budget, and anything who uses online travel is our customer. And into the closing, ladies and gentlemen, you can see that we have a revenue model coming from leads, commissions, and subscription of advertisement. And it's an innovation true sense, because whenever people will think travel, they'll think MyTripKarma. Just like when people think social, they think Facebook. So that's our focus.
Very nicely done.
Thank you.
Very nicely done. You guys feeling the karma? Is there karma in the room?
Yeah.
All right, who wants to start?
Nice presentation.
Thank you.
I'm having trouble figuring out, what part you're most awesome at. There's a bunch of different things that you're doing there: planning, meta, collaboration, in-trip stuff, so on and so forth, right? What do you think you're most awesome at? Why, what's that part that
I
you're
think
going
we hear a lot that you're doing too many things, but actually we are solving too many problems in one app. So we are focusing on the social aspect of the whole travel area, because there are apps which does only travel planning with limited white labels. So you don't have the luxury to go to whatever OTA you like. Second thing, there are OTAs who just give you bookings, batch rate, discount, everything. So that's also there. And there's this chatting apps and everything. They are, they are like flat discussions. So everything comes together on one page. And this is actually a problem that we have seen in last 5-7 years, that there is nothing like this. So that's why we have came up with MyTripKarma. And we think we are solving a...
And just a quick follow-up, have you spoken to customers on whether this is a real problem? We've often seen that people actually enjoy the process of searching in different places. It gives them comfort that they've looked hard enough before they actually make their decisions and make purchases. So looking at multiple sources is actually pretty much native behavior for consumers. So have you sort of talked to customers, and does it tell you otherwise?
Yeah, and the most interesting thing is that they can still do everything inside MyTripKarma. So you can go to, we have integrated TripAdvisor, Zomato, Lonely Planet. So you come to our app, you select a hotel, you read the TripAdvisor's reviews only there. You don't go outside. So we still allow people doing what they love, but not going and losing the piece of information ever.
Okay.
So I'll just start with a piece of advice first, going along with what Mohit was saying. I think you're trying to do too many things, trip planning, and you're offering an itinerary tool and social and a collaborative platform. So if you could focus on one and get awesome at that, and then look at extending yourself, that would be good. But the question I had was around the turnaround time. So when you say, you would offer this up to multiple suppliers and intermediaries, what is the turnaround time that the users should expect?
So, yeah, that's a good question. But that depends upon the hotelier when they are giving them the details. It's not always that they will get the deal. It's up to the hoteliers to attract the customers. So I'm traveling after 2 months somewhere, and I have a hotel in my plan already there. So hotel knows that somebody is coming after 2 months. So they will keep flashing there probably within that 2 month of period. So if they want to offer, they will. Otherwise, it's just there. So it's a reverse thing.
So Kavita, my suggestion to you, you're in an extremely hard business. Okay, this is going to be brutal. It's going to be very hard. There are 3 essential problems an e-commerce or a marketplace business solves: discovery, decision-making, fulfillment. I think fulfillment is completely solved. You're trying to solve the discovery, decision-making problem per se. I would suggest, if you really still want to go after this hard business, because globally connecting content to commerce has been extremely hard, I would suggest very strongly unless and until you can actually disrupt the way I'm consuming content and not just aggregating, I think there is value. But I think you need to think grounds up completely to say, how can you actually drastically change how I'm consuming this content and how I'm planning? If you can do that, I think there's a way forward. But aggregation, I think the value proposition will remain feeble.
Great. We're going to leave it right there. Great advice. Thank you, Kavita.
Thank you.
Super job.